Randy Cordova states in Mexico, monarch butterflies appear in November, and many believe that they carry the souls of their ancestors. It is said that this might be why Mexico celebrates Day of the Dead between October 31st and November 2nd. My name is Christina, and today I'll be talking to you about Day of the Dead. I've been interested in Day of the Dead for between 5 to 10 years now, so I've read a lot about it. Mexico and other countries celebrate Day of the Dead to celebrate their loved ones. But Mexico is a little bit different in how they do their celebrations. In my speech, I will be informing you what different countries celebrate Day of the Dead in Mexico, how Mexico is different than other countries, and what a sugar skull is. So, what is Day of the Dead? Multiple parts of the world celebrate Day of the Dead. When we think of Day of the Dead, we usually think of how Mexico celebrates it. Angela Villalba states, in Mexico, the colorful, much anticipated Day of the Dead celebrations are generally celebrated in the states of Mexico City and South. She then says that northern Mexico, with its less indigenous and more European roots, spend the day scrubbing graves and going to mass, not having music, drinks, and parties. Countries that celebrate Day of the Dead besides Mexico include Italy, Spain, South America, and the Philippines. But instead of the Day of the Dead, they celebrate what is called All Souls and All Saints Day, November 1st and November 2nd. Another country that celebrates Day of the Dead is the United States, where it is becoming very popular. So what is the Day of the Dead in Mexico? They celebrate Day of the Dead to honor their loved ones. On InsideMexico.com, it is said that it was developed when the Aztecs succumbed to the Spanish conquerors, which imposed their customs, their language, and their Catholic religion. The natives acquired these new cultural elements, but blended and adapted them to their own culture. From this fusion, new beliefs and rituals were born, such as the celebration of the Day of the Dead. And Helena Tafoya states, October 31st is Halloween, or All Hallows Eve. November 1st is El Dia de los Inocentes, or the Day of the Children, and All Saints Day. November 2nd is All Souls Day, or the Day of the Dead. October 31st starts the Day of the Dead at midnight, when the gates are known to open to heaven. And November 31st is the celebration of children for 24 hours. Families will set up altars in their houses with toys, candies, food, and other things for their loved one, that's the child that had passed. Then on November 2nd, they celebrate the adults. But instead of having candies and toys at the altars, they have shots or cigarettes. On the afternoon of the Day of the Dead, they go to the cemeteries, have parties, foods, and drinks. So how are other countries different? Angela Villalba states, it's only in central and southern Mexico where the colorful parties take place in the cemeteries, and elaborate ofrenda altars are built in homes to honor specific family members who have passed. People in the U.S. picture this kind of Day of the Dead. Other countries celebrate by having masses in church, and they visit the grave sites and clean them. This is known as All Souls or All Saints Day. In the U.S., we celebrate it in the streets by setting up altars, having parties, eating food, and dancing, or you see a lot of people painting their faces. So, in Mexico, they have a thing called a sugar skull. So what exactly is a sugar skull? Angela Villalba states, sugar skulls represent a departed soul, and they had the name written on the forehead and was placed on the home ofrenda, or gravestone, in order to remember the particular spirit. She also states that sugar skull art reflects folk art style of having big happy smiles, colorful icing, because they're usually candies, but this is ceramic. They have sparkly tin and glitzy adornments. They were created by the poor Mexicans because they couldn't afford the ceramic skulls or angels and stuff from Europe. So they decided that they had a lot of sugar, so they decided to make candies. and they decorated them. You can purchase them in markets or they make them in their homes. They also have competitions where they use molds that are 50 years old or sometimes they're even older. Sometimes Mexicans can get offended at the fact that we sell the sugar skulls in Halloween stores because it's put in with, all these Halloween decorations, and it's meant for, remembering your loved ones and not for scaring people. So, yeah, sugar skulls aren't the only ornament used at the altars either. There's also these little skeleton type things. They're like toys. So, in conclusion, I have told you different countries that celebrate Day of the Dead, how Mexico celebrates this holiday, the different countries that celebrate and how they celebrate, and what a sugar skull is. So next time you are celebrating Halloween, I suggest you really think about how different countries are celebrating the same day. Thank you.
Yay.